Hello, Paul McFarland here. This is a very special video that I was thinking about doing this morning, and it's for everyone and anyone who ever feels discouraged, pissed off, hopeless, anxious, or worried about life and business in these times. Now, the interesting thing is my brother Oliver McAteer, he posted something about wanting to help anyone who needs it. That was interesting. We were thinking the same thing. That's the way he's did it, and this is how I'm doing it. All right, if you have ever felt or are currently feeling like the business sucks, the industry, there's no opportunity, how are you going to pay your bills, where are you going to be living, what's your retirement going to be like, can you get any business, what the hell is going on? I'm going to remind you of a few things. First, I don't care what your religion is. I don't care if you're this or that or whatever. This doesn't matter. Realize this. Where do you get your idea that the business or you are not valuable and happening? If you see other people or you see messages from other people with desperation and fear and anxiety, and you take that in, you start to believe, hear that? Those dogs don't care. You start to believe from what other people are saying outside you. You're taking it in and believing, yes, things are bad. Things are bad. There is no hope. From outside. Well, stop right there. Stop right there. What the hell do they know? What the hell do they know? Do you know their story? Do you know really what's going on there? No, you don't. You barely know your own. So remember, if you're feeling something from what you're seeing outside, push that aside. Push that aside. Burn it, whatever you have to do. Even what I'm saying here, although I don't think you'll want to. Remember, when business is going down, it's because a lot of people buy into that. A lot of people buy into it because if it bleeds, it leads. Oh, holding on to marketing budgets, holding on to development and business budgets, we're not hiring, we're not doing this, we're not doing that, and it spreads. But you know, when things get better again, because remember, if you follow history, even business history, it does this. The economy, let's not even talk about what that means, but it does this too. And why does it go up? Hey, things are loosening up. Why? Because people start to hear, hey, this is a good time to spend. This is a good time to grow, new opportunities. Hey, this campaign hit. Hey, what else do you do? Wow, you did this. Wow, can you help us? Right? That trajectory goes up again. But remember, if it all comes from outside you, screw that. Who are you? Do you realize that you can change all that? I'll say that again. Do you realize that you can change all that? You can be the one that puts out something, hey, things are going great, there's business everywhere, things are on the upturn. And if people watch that, maybe they'll start believing and feel differently, and they'll spread it and they'll share it. You can do that. Start a dance craze on the dance floor in Berlin and see how quick it gets to Greece, or it gets to Singapore, or it gets to Buenos Aires. You can affect this world. You can affect the person next to you. You can affect the person you live with. You can affect your clients, your agencies, you all. So be careful and guard your lips, guard your fingers. Be careful if you start to say things are tough everywhere, because depending on who you are, a lot of people will pay attention to that and bring in that belief, and that will spread. And that makes the world the way it is. How do you think people started saying the advertising model is dead and people don't read things anymore and people don't watch things anymore? It's just an idea someone had that was pretty negative, and it caught on for various reasons. Read Malcolm Gladwell if you don't know what I'm talking about. The point is, these things spread, and I have the ability to spread this. Make your own circumstances, like Napoleon said. Make your own economy. Change the industry however you want to see it. Change the business. Change belief. Change the vibe. You can do it. But you're not going to do it usually by letting other people's dour, down, depressing modes of thinking creep into you. Innovate your way into whatever economy you want. Create your way into any client relationship you want. Yes, I'm an optimist. I've always been an optimist. I've been in the business long enough to see all the ups and downs of hirings and firings and the hamster wheel and all that. If you are old enough, or you keep old copies of Adweek, they used to have a little ad in there that showed the little wheel and people falling off, and the wonderful world of advertising. Yes, it just goes around, around, around. Now, one of the biggest changes I've seen is the number of people of a certain generation and age who are all entrepreneurs and freelancers and independent consultants, whatnot, because they were fired from or let go from an agency. They didn't believe they could start another one, so they retreat into themselves and try and say, hire me, I've got this experience, hire me. Even I do that, right? For a reason. That's for another video. So the main thing here is you have the ability to broadcast in your mind with all the things that you are and can be to the world. You can post things on LinkedIn. You can send messages. You can put out things and videos and posts that are optimistic and say, hey, come on, let's go. Let's do this. Let's grow our way into a new abundance. Let's bring new ideas to life. You can bring that expressive, expansive thing anytime you want. Anytime you want. But see, if you're more familiar with being depressed, if you're more familiar with being anxious, if you're more familiar with being afraid and desperate, available for work. I'm available for work. That's not the same as I've got a great idea. Because if you are an idea person anyway, that's the only thing that can save us. That's the only thing that can save the world. That's the only thing that can make things better. And if you ever really, really, really get really discouraged at nighttime, go out and hope there's not too many clouds and watch the stars and realize what a tiny, tiny little thing we are. But our consciousness is as big as the universe. Realize we can produce the effect we want in the world with what we think. If you think that creativity will always fix everything, as I do, if you believe innovation is always there, as I do, if you believe that your clients are affected by what you say, your agencies are affected by what you say, we need to halve the budget. 6 months later, we need to have it again. Wait a minute, stop that. Where's this coming from? Is the CEO trying to make an alimony payment? Buy another boat, buy another house, and that's why it's being had? Sometimes that's the case. Or is the company's own investments in the global, futures market not doing so well? That has actually happened. Find out the truth behind it. But remember, it's natural and it's human to think things suck. But where did that come from? What did you take in and why did you believe it? Just because something isn't happening in your sphere doesn't mean it's not happening in someone else's sphere. We all know, I think you know, in a city, you can have two businesses that do the exact same thing with the same service, the same products, same features, a few blocks from each other. One is going out of business and one is growing. What's the difference? The essence, the vibe, the feeling of excitement and positivity. For instance, who would you rather work with? A person who's sort of nervous and anxious and keeps talking about, well, can you sign the contract? Can you sign the contract? Or the person who just keeps spitting out the ideas and talking more about your business and is a resource and a wellspring of optimism and delight and fire and excitement and enthusiasm and passion, who also carries a sweet serenity to themselves, that life is worth living, right? Who would you rather work with? So guard your lips, guard your fingers, and guard your mind with what you share and what you take in. You can do anything. If you don't believe that, then don't listen to me. The point is, I understand when people get discouraged, disconsolate, anxious, fearful, sometimes pissed off and angry when people don't do what they say they're going to do, when budgets get cut, they don't hire, and you don't get your CV even looked at by the place you're trying to be hired by. Oh, the online job market. Talk about something I would love to. Failure of pain. I do. But the point is, it's natural. But the thing is, look at how we think, feel, and feel. We are human beings that take things in through our senses. In our conscious mind, we make a value judgment. Oh, yes, yes. We say it's good or bad. We instantly feel it and we physicalize it. Example. I hope this has happened to none of you and never does happen, but you know what I mean. That was an interesting sound. Ooh, wonder what that was. If you're at home one night and you see police cars, flashing lights coming up in the middle of the night, and an officer comes to the front door and she says, "Can I come in?" Yes. And then just, "I think you better sit down." You know what's coming. Someone you know and loved one is probably dead. But the point is, when we saw those flashing lights, we think, uh-oh, this is bad. They come to the door, they want to come in, this is bad. They tell us to sit down, this is bad. You think it, you feel it, and you may faint. That's why they say sit down, because what we think and feel instantly shows up in our body. It can weaken us in our stomach, our knees, and we fall down. We know what that's like. But do you know what it's like also to fully feel the joy of being alive and doing business? Can you absolutely, actually say that you know what it feels like on a regular basis to think, I love having ideas, I love serving clients, I love the effect of my work in society, I love life and the creativity and the gift and the gratitude of being able to do what I do. I'm glad I got this front door open. You can hear the swirl of society going down the road nearby. Emergency vehicles, loud exhausts. Very cool. I'm thinking about it. But in other words, realize that you may need to practice and start filtering out the bad news and create your own belief in yourself and what really the joy of creativity and innovation can be and your part in that play. 12 minutes here. If anyone is stuck around, I appreciate it. And if anyone has decided to share this, I appreciate that. I'm just here to understand and have empathy for when people feel disconsolate, depressed, down, and anxious. There are some statistical evidence, with generations and what do you call them? The terms of boomers and Gen X's and all that, and how, but the population is the amount of people retiring, I know that's all there, but it doesn't matter. We can grow business however we want. We can expand things however we want. Just spread the good news that innovation and creativity is more necessary today than ever. And if you have a creative bone in your body, bring it out there. Join forces. Together, we can start new businesses. We can start new clients. We can expand clients' businesses. We can make positive changes in society and culture. We can do this. But you sure as hell can't do that if all you do is take in bad news from everyone and start feeling bad yourself. Nah. Screw those. Believe in yourself first, and do the things that feed you. Go exercise, meditate, eat right. Stop doing the things that make you down and do the things that make you feel good. If you're an introvert, be an introvert. Quietly work out things and ideas of your own and put them out there. If you're an extrovert, open the door for everyone else. Believe. And if you need my support, if you need me to help support you and lift you up a little bit and remind you why this is all true, I'm easy to find. But I care. There are a lot of people who are really talented who are suffering right now, and there are people who are doing well who are absolute idiots. We can fix this. In a 99-1 world, let's join forces. Let's lock arms, shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm, and get that 1 to 2, maybe to 3 to 4. We can do this. And I hope you believe that too. Thanks for watching. And if you think this is valuable, share it, because you never know who might benefit from this. And again, thank you to Oliver for thinking the same thing I was this morning. Sunday is a good day for meditating and planning, and a good day for feeding yourself with only the best thinking. Remember that. Thanks.